Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So, as you know, Arrow just wrapped up its final season and its final episode. Uh, so we're going to talk about that today. It was, in my opinion, a great episode, a great send-off for the characters, and just everything. So much happened in this episode. I was kind of surprised they did some of the things that they did. I was a little bit disappointed. There was honestly just like one or two things that I was like, I really wish they would have done, but to each their own. I was content with how this story ended. Uh, If you guys did go on to enjoy the video, please like, subscribe, comment, share, and honestly, I would just love feedback. I would love to hear from you guys, like what you thought. Did you do not agree with me? I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of people who did not like the finale at all. I'm sure a lot of people who absolutely loved it. I just happen to be one of the people who absolutely loved it. I can't help it. Maybe I just let like pure nostalgia. I don't even know if it is nostalgia. It's just the love of these characters and like the love of the world that they built. Um, Now, if you didn't like it, that's completely understandable. There were some things in here that I can see like people wouldn't be 100% happy with. But again, just me personally, I did enjoy it. So again, if you did go on to enjoy it, like, subscribe, comment. And so now let's talk about the final episode of Arrow. So right off the bat in the beginning, we get Oliver's intro. Also, I did like the logo, how it like went through all of like the 8 seasons that they did. And in the first like beginning, we get a monologue, and we get to see some changes that were made to the world. Some of them at first I had not even realized or even noticed. For instance, I had completely forgotten that Quentin Lance wasn't there. I am not even kidding. It just seemed everything was so like natural and just like everything was just so like ordinary or like made sense that like I at first I just like didn't notice certain things. That was definitely the major one though. I noticed his mom right away because that scene played out differently, and like obviously she had died, and Oliver changed things and brought her back. Quentin was the one that like I didn't notice. So I was like, oh, he was so naturally just there and just his presence. But no, I did miss the character, and I'm glad that he got to have time there, and I'm glad that Moira Queen is back too. Um, so yeah, it was interesting seeing like the changes that Oliver made to the world. I don't think Ragman was like a change to the world that was made, but it was an interesting thing having him there. I enjoyed the character. I thought it was like, I don't want to say weird, but like how all of them were just kind of there. There was no like, oh, we're all gonna get together now for the thing. There's just like all these random people showed up. But you know what? That's what that they're in now, so I like it. Um, what I did not expect was Mia Queen dealing with William going missing in this time period. When she, honestly, up till halfway through, I thought she was going to be looking for him, future him. So that was interesting seeing like a younger William and them. I really wish that they would have given us some scenes of the two of them interacting, but it is what it is. I also honestly wish they would have brought back older William for the funeral, but you know, whatever. That was just like my one little like pick at it that I was like, that would have been cool to see. However, I can't overlook it for whatever reason. To time travel BS is what we're just gonna go with on that excuse. Um, but yeah, so I really didn't expect like the big mystery, not even mystery, but the big like final confrontation to be William getting kidnapped. I didn't expect that, especially not younger William. I honestly thought it was gonna be older him. It was gonna be like a whole thing. But I thought it was a good like storyline for them to go. Jumping around a little bit because I'm sorry, this video is just gonna be all over the place. Um, what was the next thing? It was the documentary that we got to see. I loved it. I love that we got that the world building. We finally come full circle. If I'm correct, it was the documentary that was shown in the beginning of this past season, in Star City 2040, and that's of course like the one that was before, but like we get like a version of that documentary, and so I thought that was cool to see that like being made, and like seeing the different aspects all come together. And obviously, since this is like a new future, new world, new everything, there was like some added things to it. Like for instance, Oliver's mom is in it, Quentin Lance is in it, and just different people that were not around the first time, and just like the whole world just being changed in general. I do find it interesting that some people do remember, or are like, I do find it interesting that some people remember and some people don't, or are like informed that crisis happened. Like I wonder how that like plays into the whole world. I know they would have had to leave like some kind of thing for people to like figure out, I guess. I don't really know how to explain it, but they would have had to do something to like keep it going and like let people know that there were like subtle changes, I guess, to like the world, or like people would have figured it out eventually. So I feel like they like informed people to the degree that they needed to know. Um, what else was there? Uh, just kind of see everyone together again like one last time. I thought that was great. Have everyone back in the Arrow team. I would have liked to see like everyone go full costume like one last time, but I was happy with what we got. I mean, we did get to see. Did we get to see like Curtis and them or no? I think he might have been like one of the people who wasn't in costume. It was great we got to see Ragman's costume again because his powers are one of the more interesting ones. I kind of hope that he makes an appearance in like a future thing, show, whatever. Um, the main again, like the main like meat of the episode comes like it was at the beginning of that monologue and the end, the funeral, which made me cry. I cried like a few times this episode. I cried at the funeral scene, and since I'm such a big Oliver and Felicity fan, I cried at the very, very ending. When they're like meet again, and it was so cute. It was meeting where like she first met him. That was interesting that like they showed that like it wasn't the first time that he saw her, but it was the first time like they met, and just the whole afterlife thing was cute. I enjoyed it. He got his happy ending, or they got their happy ending. They got to be together. In the end, I know some people would have preferred if they would have raised the kids together. Not gonna lie, that would have been pretty cool, and I would have enjoyed that too. But I liked it for what it was. It was a good ending to the character from where they were to where they are now. So now, one of the major things of the episode is that John Diggle is officially a Green Lantern, and I'm calling this right now because that was awesome. I love that whole thing. We knew it was gonna happen for like a long time now, but the fact that it just was and did happen and we saw it happen, I'm genuinely happy. But I'm calling it right now. He is going to be joining Superman in that new series at some point. I refuse to believe that they're just gonna throw that away. I feel like they're not gonna like set something up like that and then just be like, nah, we're not gonna use that. Like it was too. I don't want to say it's too good because it was a teaser, it was a thing, but like it was such a cool thing that we've been like waiting for so long. It would just be cool to see it paid off in some way. And plus, I feel like it. I don't know if this is rumor or not, but like apparently Martian Manhunter's getting his own series too, so like he can fit in somewhere. um, what else? Just the funeral of Oliver, the memorial that they made for him that we saw in a later episode, or like in the Black Green Arrow and the Canaries. That was cool seeing the unveiling, seeing Quentin Lance talk about the man that he used to be versus the man that he was now, or man that he is now, a hero. Again, there were tears starting to form at that part. Just seeing like everything that was built so far, seeing how far everything's come, seeing him do his thing, and by that I mean seeing Quentin Lance, um, do his whole speech, do the whole Oliver as a hero thing. I thought it was great. The flashbacks with Oliver were great too, and getting to see like go through his essentially his history. That's one of the things I like about this episode. It did a good job at keeping us like in the present, but also paying homage to the past. I like that John Diggle was like a main point in this episode, not like a focal point, but he was a main thing that it paid homage to the fact that like it started with them. It started with Oliver, it started with Diggle, and like they paid that off. A beautiful friendship, brothers, and it was done very well. Um, Seeing all the cameos or quote unquote cameos at the end with like Naz Al Ghul, Talia Al Ghul, and all those other people, I thought that was great. Um, it was a great little send off to like all the characters. Seeing Amigo Queen was great too. I wonder if in this timeline she still has any like assassinness, or if Oliver just fixed everything. Seeing Star City cleaned up and finally saved after that's what Oliver wanted this whole time was great. And just seeing how far the city's come, seeing how far he's come, and how he's officially got what he wanted. He gave his kids the life, even though it might be undone, and like the future, the kids still got to grow up. And he essentially completed his mission. The city is officially saved for the time being. His kids got to grow up together, albeit without him in the picture. Unfortunate, but they still got to grow up. Everyone can go out now and like live their lives and be happy for them. John gets a power ring. He gets to be green enough to go to space. Felicity gets to raise the kids again, and with the promise that she will be reunited with Oliver in the future. Um, I'm trying to think if there's like any other like major things that happened in the episode that I'm forgetting. I'm sure that I am, because it was so much detail and so many different like little things thrown in there. I like whenever they bring up like the fact that John is moving to Metropolis. Like the worlds are like I felt it more in this episode that the worlds were merged than in like most things, and just like the weight of the fact that everything's now here and together. Um yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it for now. So if you guys would like to talk about the show or any of the show's legacies, Arrow, whatever. I have Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram. Message me, comment below, like, comment, subscribe. Any feedback would be more than welcomed. And if you guys like the video, again, just share, a like, a comment, anything. Um, Arrow is gonna definitely be missed, and I hope it carries on, and we do get that Green Arrow and the Canary series, because I want that to carry on. I want the Arrow legacy to carry on. I know it got a million spin-offs and started an entire universe, which unfathomable, but like I would like to see this particular Arrow carry on and see Oliver's legacy carry on and just see that little part of him just carry on. It's about his legacy carrying on in like his children and these other characters and just different things like that. But I feel like if Green Arrow and the Canaries gets picked up, that's going to be like the next chapter of Arrow. And I look forward to it.